for about 5 years, I've known what I'm now beginning. I've not wanted to do it. Argued all the way. You got the wrong guy. All of it. He doesn't listen to me. At one point, probably a year ago, probably last summer, I knew what we were going to be doing, and I just, it was like heavy on me. And I said to him finally, you got the wrong guy. I don't have the resources to do this. I don't have the connections to do this. I don't have any, I'm a stupid TV guy. That's what I do. You got the wrong guy. You know what he said to me? Because we have kind of a contentious relationship. He kind of like, you know, and he said to me, and this, in all due respect, this is literally what I heard: sit down and shut up. And I'm like, well, that's not helpful. I don't know how that helps, because I know you have me doing these things, but I can't put them together because I don't have any of the resources. You're showing me things, and then you're not giving me the ability to shut up and sit down. There are others. Okay, so where are the other people? So a year ago, shut up and sit down. This preacher comes, and I'm speaking. He's from Birmingham, Alabama. I know I'm starting this event. I don't know where to start it. I don't know what's going on. But I know it's going to be big. This preacher is sitting there. I don't know he's a preacher. Don't know anything about him. He's about the 5th row back. He's about where you are. And I'm talking. And I'm doing this whole thing. And I keep looking to him. And God is like, got to talk to him. Got to talk to him. Got to talk to him. So by the end, I think I'm doing the whole speech just to him. Okay? And because I can't, but God wouldn't leave me alone. Everybody leaves. He's gone. There's about 500 people. I said to one of the guys on my staff, there's a guy about in the 5th row. He said, right, the African-American guy? I said, did you feel something too? And he's like, oh my gosh, something is, yeah. And I said, God's telling me I got to talk to him. I go out, we find him, and I said to him, I don't know what we're supposed to meet for, but we're supposed to talk. Now this happens to be the preacher, the bishop, at this church, this black gospel church in Birmingham, Alabama. He said, it's funny because God told me I was supposed to write you a letter last Monday. He said, I didn't know I was coming here. So I wrote you a letter because I'm supposed to do something with you, but I don't know what it is. And I said, well, Pastor, the only thing I know is I'm starting this thing. And at that time, we both just kind of sat back, and he said, I'm willing to do it. And I said, ooh, boy, having me at a black church in Birmingham, Alabama, that's not going to be popular. And he said, God sure tells me that's what should be done. And I said, well, me too. If you're in, I'm in. Now, I don't have all the resources, God. Now, I say yes to him, and I immediately think, that's a 1,600-seat church. There's only 1,600 seats. I say this on the air. Do you know how many people are going to come, God? You know how many people are going to come? 1,600, much more than that. He calls me up the next day, and he said, Glenn, the mayor has called. The city has called. They're thinking now about possibly just giving you the stadium because so many calls are coming in. And they've already talked about blocking the streets. So if you want to do it, because I'm thinking to myself, I see in my mind what God has planned. There's a march. And there's a march in Birmingham, Alabama. But I don't have any of those resources to do that. All of a sudden, they're talking now about possibly blocking off the streets in case you want to do a march. Oh, and there's 22 acres over here where people can gather, and you can do something on this 22 acres. I didn't have any of the ability. So what I would say to you is we have to unite. We have to read Acts 2. We have to unite, be of one heart, of one mind, know exactly who we are, and then sit down and shut up. Because the Lord's going to use each of us in his own way at his time.